G'day everyone, Artist Wayne here, back in the wild and wet Watagan State Forest of New South Wales, Australia, on what was a Combat Wombat ride. So strap on those helmets, my fellow adventure riders, because things are about to get epic. Oh, I can't tell you how good it was to be back on the Central Coast and hitting the local trails. It's been well over a year since I've been back, so needless to say I was excited to ride. And this wasn't just any old ride. Today I was catching up with Michael, aka the Combat Wombat, who has gone from enduro to adventure when he purchased himself a brand new BMW GSF 900. Look who's arrived.
Hello!
Look who's arrived, the Combat Wombat!
You ready for drama?
And joining the Combat Wombat and I on today's ride were two other adventurers, Deane, aka Dr. Sleepy Time, and Jason, who wouldn't be riding with us long enough for me to give him a nickname. So, once we left Freeman's Waterhole, it didn't take us long and we found ourselves in the Watagan State Forest. And I found out that the Combat Wombat is one of those riders who seems to throw up a barrage of stones. Stones that come at you like bullets. I come on a ride with the Combat Wombat. And this is what he does to me. Throws a rock up.
You took a bullet.
And
Didn't realise there was a live fire exercise.
smash my mirror.
There's no proof I did it.
And whilst we're on the subject of the Combat Wombat, he would be helping me catch some of the action. Only when his SD card wasn't full and when his camera decided to work. It's hard to get good help these days, as we found ourselves riding the old mill road, which would be interesting considering we had rain the night before. And unfortunately, this is where Jason would be leaving us. Here, lift it up from this side. You come over where I am. Come over here, you can start it and I'll push and you just throttle up here. I've got the front brake on. Keep the front on. Got it?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
You know what's hard, my fellow adventure riders? It's hard to ride a motorcycle with one peg missing.
Holy shit! I wasn't even on that side. No.
Considering Jason did drop his bike on that side, well, it was a bit of a mystery as to what crash he thought he was in, because it definitely wasn't the one that I was watching. The video ref never lies. However, he did have me convinced that he did fall on the other side.
My ride over and done with.
Can't you put your spare peg on?
It's at home.
Wow.
That's interesting. I didn't really go down on that side, did I?
No, but
You did down on
you
this
must have
side
broken
before.
it with your foot.
That's probably why I went off. You've gone down on this before. See there, this is the ding for when it slides up. It's hitting the frame.
Like investigations.
Oh dear. It looks like I'm going back out.
Well, as quickly as we began, we went from 4 riders to 3. But don't you worry, the Combat Wombat has spare riders waiting on the sidelines to join the group at any time.
Look on the left here, you see where that tree is over the river? Go up there and cross just before the tree.
Okay.
Much better than down here. Just watch this little bit next to the small green trees. They are slippery.
Well, considering there are 100 trees in here, I was just going to pick one and hope that it was the one that Deane was talking about. And I should also point out that the 3 of us are all riding bikes with bald rear tyres. I mean, I had more hair on my bald head than our rear tyres had tread, which would definitely make it interesting in this muddy mayhem.
That one there, eh?
When I found the right tree, I was off.
Get up there!
Two bikes were up. Now it was the Combat Wombat's turn.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Try not to spin it too much. Roll back a bit. Try not to... Righto. You gotta ride it. Ride it. Ride it. Did that with a bit of speed. Go. Go. Don't stop now. Go, 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 go. Go right in the middle of the thing. Keep going.
It was now Deane's time to shine.
We can go back further.
And being an ex-BMW instructor, he knows exactly what these bikes are capable of, which is probably why he rides a KTM.
You alright?
Sorry, could I be?
You're supposed to stand up. Oh, look at the tree stump.
Yep, that's
Time to get the strap out and drag this fat BMW GS 900 out of here.
Well, I don't think you got it. I think that was all me.
Yes, as I was blinded by the light, the boys marvelled at the sheer strength strength with which I pulled this BMW out pretty much on my own. Alright, now the three of us were free to ride a reasonably hassle-free trail which would take us to Watagan Creek Road and then on to Laguna, where we'd meet another special guest. One last climb out and it was all downhill from there. I must say my bike was feeling fantastic thanks to my mate brother Shano, who helped me set it up in time. Or on ya, Shano. Just like that, we'd almost arrived in Laguna. Just a few beautiful farms to ride through, and we'd be there.
Now, not once did you say we were meeting somebody somewhere.
It's a secret. We're meeting Aaron. Well, we had to replace Jason, so I got Aaron.
Aaron Cheeny Balls.
Yeah.
That's a good nickname for an Aaron.
Really funny. Fall off your bike. Aaron, this is Wayne, this is Deane. Deane, is that guys?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a bald tyre ride.
Is it?
Yeah.
No one told me. I would have brought my other bike.
He doesn't tell anybody anything.
A road bike.
Why make it easy when you can make it hard?
So here we were on this fine Sunday hitting the trails in the Yengo National Park. We had started with 4 riders in the morning, lost our mate Jason, went down to 3 riders, but we're now back to 4. So after we picked up our new recruit, Aaron Cheeny Balls, who incidentally has only been riding dirt for a month, we headed towards the Putty Road with the intention of doing the Commission Trail or riding to Bulga, depending on what time we arrived there. But we all know what happens when you make plans. They don't always come to fruition, especially when adventure riding.
I didn't hurt your bike, did I?
No, not at all. No, you missed me. That motor is unreal, man.
Oh yeah, you like
so
it?
much power.
Yeah.
Yes. Plenty.
The same size as that.
That
You're
thing's got more
890?
power than this thing, eh? They're rated the same, but that thing feels like it's got more. Eh?
Oh right. Yeah, no, I do like it.
Everyone was having a laugh and everyone was having fun. Unfortunately, shortly after this, our ride was about to unravel, especially for poor Aaron. As Deane and I rode ahead having fun on this splendid day, the Combat Wombat had pulled over because he noticed that Aaron, who was riding behind him, had stopped.
So what I got here, I got on the phone, looking to see with me and Aaron connected on the Garmin app. So if I think that green dot's him, and I think that's me up there. And according to this, is 1.6 behind me, and that's on tread. So I'm just going to wait here and see if he catches up.
Meanwhile, Deane and I were a long way up ahead and about to pull over and wait for the boys, whilst having a chat about motorcycles and solving the world's problems. Unfortunately, back up the trail, Aaron had not caught up with the Combat Wombat, who was now becoming concerned, so he turned around to see what was happening. Now, whilst all this was transpiring, well, of course, Deane and I were now becoming concerned, so he and I also turned around and headed back to find out what was going on. And eventually we ran into the Combat Wombat.
What happened, Combat Wombat? We've been waiting.
Mate, you missed all the action. Poor old Steve, Aaron.
Aaron Cheney balls. Yeah.
He broke his collarbone coming up the hill.
Oh shit.
So
That's no good.
he came off on that side. So I pulled up because I couldn't, because I've got him connected on tread, and I could see that he wasn't moving. So I waited about 5 minutes, then I did a U-turn, and I found him on the side of the road. Then I picked him up, and then
So is he down there? What are we going back to him?
there's no need. His bike's moving, and he's moving now. He's on his way home.
Is he riding home, is he?
Yeah.
He's riding home.
Back.
He's riding home?
No, he's riding in a car.
Oh,
He can't ride the bike.
someone picked him up.
Yeah, the guy that is driving the car, he's riding the bike, so he got a new bike, and the missus is driving Aaron home.
Oh, well that's
Everything's
alright.
under control. We both had the GPS, no one had to push the button. Helicopter averted. Safety mic was on the screen, and he had my Panadol, so now crying it up to fill my water, so I was very happy.
Combat Wombat, combat medic.
Once again, we were back down to 3 riders with a new plan. Now we would head back to Laguna for lunch, thanking this lovely couple for helping Aaron along the way. It had certainly been a day filled with surprises, and I for one reckon we didn't need any more. But when adventure riding, you can never say never.
Thanks for helping, bro.
So off we headed to the Great North Trading Post in Laguna to have a drink to the fallen.
Cheers, boys. Thank you. Eventful day. Cheers.
To the fallen.
After a nice lunch and refreshing drink, the boys and I left Laguna, not before saying g'day to some artist Wayne fans, one of which had recently had plastic surgery on his nose. Hello boys, you know who you are. As for us, well, we were now heading back into the Watagan State Forest via Murray's Run Road. Another beautiful picturesque spot to ride through. Once we arrived back in the Watagan State Forest, we rode past the turn-off that takes you to the basin, and we headed in the direction of Muir's Lookout. And this just happened to be the road that one of us would come unstuck on. Unfortunately for Deane, it was around here that he would have an off. He wouldn't hurt himself, but he would tear his climb jacket. And this certainly wasn't the last crash of the day. There was still one more to come.
Damn back brake locked up. Fuck.
What happened?
My back brake locked up.
Oh, driver!
My back brake locked up.
I lost my re-brake today on the Yengo.
Did you?
Like it overheated.
Wow. You okay?
All good.
Do you want me to call an EFS for you?
Sorry?
Do you want me to call an EFS for you? Oh, the climb jacket!
Well, I think Deane coming out of that with just a small tear in the arm of his climb jacket wasn't too bad at all.
Just you and me now. What happened, Deane?
I think I locked up my back brake.
Because your cap came off.
Ah, my toe cap on my boot. Hooked it. You know, it's hard riding.
That's right. You've got to do boot maintenance. Remember
You
that.
actually have to do maintenance.
It was certainly turning into a big day, but wait, there was more. Deane and I parted ways with the Combat Wombat. He was taking the main trail back and would wait for us after we had more fun on some alternate trails. And it wasn't far up this trail that I would get stuck. I forgot to tell Deane what happened, so if you're watching this, Deane, this is why it took me so bloody long. I got caught on one of those vines Tarzan swings on. I must admit I had very little energy for this kind of shit. Alright, back on track. was turning out to be a perfect afternoon on some ripper trails, but I'll tell you what, I was starting to fatigue. I was really getting tired. I no longer have the bike fitness I once had. Travelling around Australia for 18 months has made me a soft girly man. Plus I was beginning to think I may even run out of fuel in here.
Hey boys.
Every time I thought we were getting close to finishing our ride and meeting up with the Combat Wombat, well, we just kept going and going, which finally brings me to our last crash of the day. And yes, it was my turn. However, I am using the word crash rather loosely because due to my ninja cat-like reflexes, well, I came out of this feeling like the luckiest bastard on earth. What a close call, and I basically just stepped off the bike before it even came to a standstill.
Well, that could have been bad. Oh.
Now I was set with the unenviable task of getting the big girl back on her feet. It was going to take a lot of energy I didn't have. All the while I was hoping that Deane would return to see what happened to his riding buddy. But unfortunately, he didn't.
Oh, motherfucker.
I'd used up what little energy I had left with those ninja cat-like reflexes, but eventually I got on my bike and set off to find Deane, aka Dr. Sleepy Time. I caught up with Deane and we had a laugh about my near miss, and I'd like to say that the rest of the ride back was nice and easy. But it wasn't. Were we having fun? Abso-bloody-lutely. It had been a fantastic day as usual, and hopefully our mate Aaron would heal up quick and jump right back on that mighty Suzuki DRZ 400. As for Deane and I, well, we arrived back safe and sound to meet up with Michael on this magnificent Combat Wombat bold rear tyre ride.
Today, we've done well. What a ride. How many did you bring? Hey? I need to get a bit bike fit. Oh. I haven't been doing enough. You're having a good life. Yeah, too much good life. Yeah, look at that.
All that's left to do now is just hit that like and subscribe button, because I'm Artist Wayne Dowson, and thanks for watching, everyone.
Alright, boys. Hey. Yeah. And cut!